Most fans think they understand the new World Cup format. They don't. And honestly, neither did I until I actually sat down and mapped the whole thing out, because FIFA didn't exactly make it easy to follow. Here's the thing. The 2026 World Cup isn't just a bigger tournament, it's a fundamentally different animal. And if you're planning to watch games in the US, Canada, or Mexico, you need to understand what you're actually watching. Because the format has a rule baked into it that almost nobody talks about, and it could decide who wins the whole thing. Let me break it down. First, why 48 teams? The old format was 32 teams. Clean, simple, beloved. FIFA blew it up. Why? Money, mostly. More teams means more countries buying in, more broadcast deals, more sponsors. FIFA will tell you it's about growing the game globally. That's also true. Both things can be true at the same time. The result? 16 more teams get to come to the party. Nations that have never been to a World Cup before, like Gibraltar, Kosovo, countries that used to have no realistic shot, now have a path. That part is genuinely exciting. But here's where the format gets weird. Instead of 8 groups of 4 teams, you now have 12 groups of 4 teams. 12. That's a lot of groups. Each group still has 4 teams, same as before. The top 2 from each group advance automatically. That's 24 teams through. Easy so far. But then there's the third place rule, and this is where most people get confused. The 8 best third place finishers from all 12 groups also advance, so you can finish third, dead last in your group, and still go through to the round of 32. That's right, the round of 32. Not the round of 16, not the quarterfinals. There are now more rounds than before. In theory, this sounds fair. Give the almost rans a lifeline. In practice, it creates a problem. Here's where it gets interesting. When you have 12 groups and you're comparing third-place finishers across all of them, you're comparing teams that may have faced completely different levels of competition. A third-place team from a group with 2 giants is different from a third-place team from a group with 3 minnows. But the math treats them the same. You know how in school a B+ in advanced chemistry and a B+ in easy elective counted the same on your GPA? Same problem. Different level. Same grade. FIFA uses points, then goal difference, then goals scored to rank those 8 third-place teams. Which means a 1-0 loss and a 3-2 loss are not the same thing in 2026. Every goal matters more than it ever did before. Teams will absolutely be chasing goals late in dead rubber games. That changes tactics, that changes substitution patterns, that changes everything. So the knockout stage, let's map it out. You have 24 automatic qualifiers, the top 2 from each group. You have 8 third-place qualifiers, that's 32 teams total going into the round of 32, then 16 into the round of 16, then 8 into the quarterfinals, then 4 into the semifinals, then the final. That's 6 games for the winner, same as the 32-team format, same number of games to win the trophy. The tournament just gets longer on the front end, not the back end. But here's the part nobody talks about. In the old format, a top team played 3 group stage games. In the new format, you still 3 group stage games. In a group of 4, you play the other 3. So the extra 16 teams don't mean more games for the big nations, they mean more competition at the bottom. Europe and South America still dominate the allocations, by the way. UEFA gets 16 spots, CONMEBOL gets 6.5, and CONCACAF, which includes the US, Mexico, and Canada, gets 6 spots. As co-hosts, the US, Mexico, and Canada automatically qualify, so that's 3 spots gone before qualifying even starts. The other CONCACAF nations are fighting over 3 spots. This sounds simple. It isn't. The group draw determines everything in this format more than ever before. In the old 32-team tournament, a group of death was dramatic but survivable. Top 2 go through, third place is done. Now, third place might still go through. But the path depends entirely on what the other third-place teams do. Imagine this. England finished third in a tough group. 2 wins, 1 loss, 4 goals. They go through as one of the 8 best third-place finishers. Meanwhile, a minnow finishes second in a weak group. 3 wins, 0 losses. They go through as a group winner. Those two teams could meet in the round of 32. One of them is England. The bracket isn't fully seeded in the traditional sense. Group stage position determines your path through the knockout rounds. So finishing first instead of second in your group genuinely changes who you could face in the round of 32 and beyond. Teams will play the last group game with real tactical stakes even when both teams are already through. Now, the host factor. 48 games in the group stage alone, plus knockout rounds. The US, Canada, and Mexico are splitting hosting duties. The US gets the bulk of it, 78 games across 11 cities. That's MetLife in New York, AT&T Stadium in Dallas, SoFi in LA, Levi's in San Francisco, the Rose Bowl, Hard Rock in Miami, and more. This is the biggest sporting event ever hosted on US soil. More games than any World Cup in history, more cities, more fans, more chaos. And for American soccer culture specifically, this is the moment. If USMNT can navigate this format, play in front of their own crowd through multiple knockout rounds, and make a genuine run, the conversation about soccer in America changes permanently. So here's the takeaway. The 48-team World Cup isn't just bigger, it's strategically different. Goals matter more because third-place rankings depend on them. Group stage positioning matters more because it shapes your knockout bracket. And the third-place rule creates situations where a team can lose twice and still win the whole tournament. If you only remember one thing from this, it's that. You can be third in your group and become world champion. That never existed before 2026. Does that make the tournament better? Honestly, I don't know yet. Ask me again after the group stage. But it makes it more unpredictable. And unpredictable is good television. The 2026 World Cup kicks off right here in North America. If you want to actually understand what you're watching, not just cheer, but understand the stakes behind every game, every goal, every group table update, subscribe. Because we're going to break down every round, every tactical shift, every upset before it happens. See you in the group stage.